Members, both old and new, often ask us, how do we know what and how much is being copied? Today I wanted to give you an overview of the sampling process. When CAL enters into a licence arrangement with schools and unis and TAFEs, the terms of the sample survey are included within the licence agreement. The model for the survey data collection and the number of institutions that can be surveyed within a calendar year are outlined in that agreement, along with a confidentiality clause, which means that the location or identity of schools cannot be revealed to members. This is done to protect the integrity of the survey. You will only receive a CAL payment if your work is identified in one of our sample surveys. Please note, a payment from CAL should be viewed as a proportional representational payment for all the use of your works within the licence scheme that the survey was conducted. CAL surveys the educational sector for both hard copy and electronic use. We survey 180 schools a year over the 4 terms in the academic year. We are only permitted to survey half the Australian states in any given year, and the 2 largest states, Victoria and New South Wales, are surveyed in alternate years. We survey across all the school sectors, so that includes the Catholic, independents, as well as the state schools. We survey 45 schools per term, and these surveys are monitored by AMR, who are an external company we use to monitor our surveys. They train the schools on how to complete the survey record forms, and they also monitor compliance. The objective of our sample surveys is to assess the volume of copying conducted in the school sector and also to collect data for distribution purposes. Last year, our survey showed us that on average, teachers were copying just under 250 pages of content for each student in Australia. So as you can see, that can be extrapolated to just under 1 billion pages. The schools paid $49 million for their photocopying last year. This tranche is part of a 3-year licence arrangement we currently have with schools, which is CPI indexed, and it does expire this year. As you can imagine, the burden is primarily on teachers and librarians and the schools being surveyed to provide us with the information. Over the years, we have simplified the survey record that they're required to complete. Each time a teacher photocopies during a survey, they are required to complete a published material form, and that's it there on screen. So what we do is we ask teachers to assist us by identifying how much and what is being copied. Firstly, we ask them to attach an extra copy of the content that's being photocopied. We then ask them to nominate the number of published pages that they are copying from the original source, and then how many pages of each of these that they are copying. We then ask teachers to qualify which component of the published pages they intend to use. Some teachers will only be copying for the actual text component of the page, while others will want to refer to both the text and the illustration. We will also ask if the copying is going to lead to the content being projected or displayed in the classroom, for example, on an electronic whiteboard or on a projector. Finally, we ask the teacher to either make a copy of the Verso page or at least give us an ISBN, an ISSN, a URL, and if we're lucky, we get the author's name as well. The school's electronic use survey, on the other hand, is quite a different type of survey. The EUS covers 100 schools nationally over a 4-week period. We survey 10 to 14 schools during 2 periods per term across all the school systems. The 2009 survey estimated that the teachers' electronic use of copyright material amounted to about just over 100 pages per annum for each student, and they're currently paying $3.3 million for that use annually. So if you take a look here on the screen, you can see the website the teachers use to record the web content they're using during the electronic use survey. CAL developed a more intuitive and interactive website for the 2010 survey, and we have received positive feedback from teachers about this new design. The new website makes it easier for teachers to report usage. So, for example, if a teacher was reporting the website that you can see here on the left, they would need to type the URL into the source web page box. Then they would describe how they use the web page by ticking any one of the 8 options below. So we asked them, did they scan or digitally photograph? Did they download or save to a PC or hard drive? Did they copy it onto a disk or a USB? Did they just send it to print? Did they upload it onto an intranet or schools network? Did they email it to their students? Did they display or project it? And did they actually tell the students to print or copy or save? The new website also automatically generates a PDF snapshot of the site, which assists us identify the web pages for distribution purposes. And just before I move on to university surveys, I just wanted to show you a summary of electronic use activities captured in the Schools 2009 survey. With the advent of interactive whiteboards, you can see that displaying content electronically has become the most common activity. So let's move on to how we survey universities. We survey 8 out of the 37 universities that form part of the Universities Australia group each year. They give us coverage of the copying requirements for teaching 120,000 students across a stratified sample that includes various states and academic disciplines within those universities. Each survey runs for 1 semester, and the bulk of the data is collected from the central copying units of each university. We do, however, also survey photocopiers within a selection of departments, and there the teachers and the lecturers are required to complete a survey record form, just like the teachers do in schools. Digital and print course packs form the bulk of the university copying, with approximately 600 pages per student, or about 4 million pages in total per annum. The current licence agreement with Universities Australia sees them paying a fixed $24 million annual licence fee for a 3-year term, which also expires at the end of this year. And this graph here gives you a snapshot of the continuing growth of electronic use in unis. They are moving away from photocopying and increasingly using learning management systems to deliver educational resources to their students. This trend has required CAL to revisit the way we survey both schools and universities to ensure we are using the best data collection methods available as electronic communication and content delivery become the mainstay of education. Over the last 2 years, photocopier technology has vastly improved with the emergence of embedded software. For some time now, we have been in discussions with photocopier manufacturers and vendors of print management software to explore the role that technology might play in data collection. Given recent technological advancements, it's looking increasingly likely that the current survey method in schools will become defunct within 2 years. If trials prove successful, the pen and paper survey will be automated, with the work of the survey participant being performed by the photocopier machine. Instead of being supplied with hard copy records, automation will mean that data is supplied electronically, including PDFs of copyright material and spreadsheets which indicate the number of items and times the material was copied. This will be a great relief for teachers, as you can imagine, given the administrative burden that they are already carrying during their teaching day. So survey participants will no longer need to spend time recording information on forms for us. No more paper wastage, no more survey training, no more printing and postage costs. Data transfer and storage is all electronic. More importantly, every print and copy job is captured automatically. No risk of the survey participant getting sidetracked or forgetting to report. Data capture is 100% complete. As with most innovations, there are 1 or 2 potential drawbacks, depending on how you look at it. While an automated data system is likely to capture a much greater volume of copying records, it is likely that a greater proportion will be without information that helps us identify the source of the material. However, the soft copy often contains valuable clues about the provenance of the material and its copyright owners, such as an article or a publication title in the header and footer, or a citation. CAL is exploring a range of data recognition tools, such as OSR and snippet lookups, to determine to what extent data processing can be automated. However, we think the benefits of the automated system far outweigh those disadvantages. A working party has been established by the Copyright Advisory Group, who act on behalf of schools, to develop an automated data capture system. Proof of concept trials are underway, and we have already evaluated a small sample of copying records from the first school to take part in that. There is still a lot of work to be carried out before the system is ready to go live. By August this year, we expect to know whether we can actually do live implementation for the 2012 survey. The University Data Collection Survey is also being reviewed jointly by CALS and University Australia, after research conducted last year indicated an increasing shift towards electronic use, as I said before, towards the use of learning management systems.